See, this is going to go out in the mornings. All right, here we go. Good morning, Texas bikers and bikers all across the nation. This is Texas Biker Radio number 360. My name is Mel Popeye Moss, my co-host Mel O.G. Robbins. We are with Sons of Liberty Riders MC, who are sponsors of this show each and every week, along with a little help from our friends. Good morning, Mel. How are you doing?
Frustrated, but I'm doing okay.
Well, I'm not going to ask what you're frustrated about, unless you want to tell us.
I'll tell you, we could take up the entire evening just talking about that shit.
There you go. There you go. Well, Mel, in the promo, I sent out a message to everybody about we had finally gotten our video from the Parker County Sheriff's Department, and they finally redacted it, but not without some pain. We had to file a complaint with the Texas Attorney General's office, not the Texas State Attorney General's office, but the Texas Attorney General's office, and they answered the next day after I did that. That was absolutely incredible. But, we got the video, paid our money, and I was kind of surprised. We had about 2 hours worth of video, and of course, parts of the videos are redacted. Now, that's probably too long for me to load up and bore everybody to death, with just messages and radios back and forth, that kind of stuff. Because you get a lot of that in these videos. But it was really interesting, Mel, to see the expression on their faces, on the bikers, the ones with, I'll screw that name up, Mel. Los Vagabondos, is that how you say it? And the Tribal Sons. It was interesting to see the expressions on their faces when they found out they were going to jail for minor traffic violations. And, it's really just harassment, Mel. But then again, Parker County has a for-profit jail. And, they have a good friend that's in the record business. So I don't know that there's not a monetary side to this that's going on. I mean, what do you think?
Well, especially in Parker County, they seem to have some kind of vendetta going on, because we have requested videos from other departments, and never has there been murmured there was going to be a charge. Now, it is permissible, and it is in that handbook for requests for public information that the state puts out. They are allowed to do that as long as they give you an estimate before you agree to have them do this. But Parker County, they seem to sit on that thing forever. Now, you tell me, we've got about 2 hours of video.
Right.
So someone sat there and supposedly redacted portions of the video that may have shown images of other people, license plates, radio transmissions, that had nothing to do with the stop these officers were involved in, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But $180, come on.
Yeah.
I think they pushed the envelope on that one. It is permissible. I think we did look it up to see that, once they give you an estimate, they can't exceed the estimate, I guess, unless it's a huge amount. beyond that estimate, but I think Parker County just has, that sheriff's got a vendetta going. He doesn't like the fact that there's a clubhouse in his county.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's scheming to do anything and everything he can to put pressure on bikers in that area to try and get them the hell out of the county. I'd be willing to bet you anything. In fact, we're chasing down some information now, and if it rings true, then it'll only validate what I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. But, that's going to be part of our investigation as we go along here. We sought that video for 2 months or better. When you file a Freedom of Information request or a Freedom FOIA, when you file one, they have 10 days to answer your request. And then it can go beyond that as they answer your request. And you got to be specific about what you're asking for. And, they can give you the runaround a little, but, if it goes an excessive long period of time, then you have the right to complain. And eventually they must give you the information you're requesting. And they have the right to redact certain information out of videos or written information that you may be asking for. But like right now, I've got about 4 or 5 requests out right now to different counties around Texas. Now, every one of them's different. The cities are different. The sheriff's departments are different. And, the sheriff's department in Parker County controls that data themselves. Now, like in Ellis County, it's the court of records over there at the county courthouse for the sheriff's department. I don't know what it is for the police departments yet. We haven't had an opportunity to ask them. But Killeen and Bolton are going to be interesting, really interesting. And we're waiting on some important information from that too. There are people we know that are either getting ready to go to court, getting ready to go to trial, and we'll see what happens.
Well, what's really going to be interesting, though, Popeye? When we have the rally in Parker County, what's the reaction going to be of the sheriff's department?
That is going to be interesting because, it's our constitutional right to go there and seek redress from our government.
Now, have we notified them that we changed the date on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, while I was there paying my bill, the bill for the videos, it was, I gave them the information then. It would be switched to the 13th.
Did you talk to the same gal, or were you able to finally meet the infamous deputy that was never in?
Listen at this. I was not able to meet Deputy Danny, although there were armed women in uniforms all over the place in there. So one of those could have been the famous Deputy Danny, but I'm not sure. If it was, she didn't feel the need to introduce herself. But I certainly would have liked to have met her. I certainly would have.
She was probably still pissed over the call to Austin.
Well, maybe. But, we're going to exercise our rights.
That's right.
We're going to do that. and you know, going down there in front of the courthouse. That's part of it. Now, if they don't like it, I guess they can disturb us or try to do something. I mean, I can't imagine that they would, because Mel, we got lawyers at the ready if they want to do that. Because we've never had a problem anyplace else. So I would expect that we would not have a problem there with the sheriff's department or the police department. Because it's our constitutional right to do this. And so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, sad state of affairs is most of the elected officials and law enforcement departments around the country no longer understand or fail to recognize constitutional rights anymore.
Well, that's true too, and that's part of what all this is about. You know, Mel. If they're not arresting the general public for being over the white line, or maybe an expired registration sticker. I mean, there are times when you're just not paying attention and you don't know it's gone out. And you're going to haul somebody to jail for that? Come on.
Oh, listen. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on my bike. You know, in fact, this happened right after I had it inspected so I could register it, you know, for 2020. I get on my bike, and we were riding somewhere, and the SA was with me, and he pulled up beside me. He said, "One of your taillights is out."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Really?" You know, and that shit happens.
Yes, it does.
In the twinkling of an eye, and you know, you can get a ticket for it, but now they can send you to frickin' jail.
Yeah.
And impound your bike and your personal possessions while they're at it.
Well, Mel, they've always been able to, because here in Texas, tickets are not a civil matter. So yeah, they can take you to jail if they, I guess if they feel like it. And I guess somewhere in the state legislature, we're going to have to correct this stuff.
Oh, we have to really work that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that should be along with profiling, because profiling kind of works hand in hand with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But that should be right at the top of the list. We got to get that one taken care of, because they are abusing that statute and using it exclusively against bikers.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, Mel, you know, it's like I said in the promo. I said, you know, the police officers or the deputies, they were professional enough, but you could tell by the demeanor in their voice that they had already had their mind made up to what they were going to do. And it didn't matter how many times they were trying to express some niceties, I guess that's a word, by saying buddy and, you know, blah, 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 you know, trying to smooth it out a little bit.
I would bet you anything it was part of the discussion during their shift briefing before they went on patrol.
Oh, hell, Mel, they don't do that. You heard the Fort Worth police officer tell us, oh, no, we don't talk like that whenever we have our meetings. We don't discuss going out and stopping bikers and all that other stuff. No, we don't discuss that.
Sure, and it never gets to be 100 degrees in Texas.
That's right. But Mel, this week I'm gonna whittle those videos down a little bit, and I also have to get permission from one other person I haven't talked to among that group about putting their image out there. We don't do that unless we've talked to the individuals that are involved. So as soon as I get hold of them, then, and if they're listening, they can contact me. But as soon as I get hold of them, then I'll start whittling that video down to the important parts, which would be just, maybe 5-6 minutes long. Or maybe, because Mel, she did send me a video with a trailer loaded with hay bales, not hay bales, but the big rolls. One of them was on fire. I don't know why I got that part, but I did. But I think that was prior to him stopping the motorcycles. It's kind of interesting. You know, one of those guys sounded like he wasn't a Texan, you know. He sounded like he's from up north or California or something. I'll have to let you listen to it. Just saying. Just commenting. But Mel, we don't want everybody to get the rallies mixed up. Okay? Everybody listen up. The Milam County rally, that's in Cameron, Texas, will be on, correct me if I'm wrong here, Mel, October 5th.
Correct.
October 5th. And that'll be at 1:30 p.m. in front of the Milam County Courthouse in Cameron, Texas. That's about 50 miles south of Waco. We need you there. We need you there. This is Patrick's trial, or a rally for Patrick, Bikers' Rights. Mel, you want to explain what his feelings are about this, what he wants this to be about?
Yeah, this is a situation where Bandito Patrick is standing up for all of us. Rather than, I'm sure by now they've offered him a lesser charge.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a couple of elements here. One, by and large, we, the bikers, do not cop a plea. That's number one. Number two, Patrick feels it's important for this to go to trial, and here's the reason why. You've got a situation here where even if you are not currently in the criminal gang database, you could be placed in there at any time due to any event you go to or the whim of any police officer. They have the authority to put your name in there just because they feel you are a known associate or you belong to a gang. And they can do it, and you'll not know it unless you query, like we've encouraged everyone, to go to our website, texasbikerradio.org, and hit the little button and inquire as to whether or not you're in that database. And that's important because we had one of our club members do that. This particular club member hadn't even been on a motorcycle in the last 3 years because of an accident he was involved in. He's got a security clearance. He works for an aircraft company. Has never been around any support club, a 1% club, none of that. He is in the criminal gang database, and we think he's probably in there because we've gone to some events on occasion, benefits that are being held for bikers that went down, stuff like that, and we think somewhere somebody snapped a shot of his license plate, got the information on him, and put him in the database. So there you have it. Now, let's take this one step further. You decide you want to get a concealed carry permit, and you apply to the state. Now, the state doesn't even check the criminal gang database. They do a background check on you for criminal records, blah, 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 blah. And when you come up clean, they issue your concealed carry license. Now, you're riding down the road on your bike, hair in the breeze, you get stopped, law enforcement runs you through the crime database because you're a biker. I'm sure if I get stopped in a cage, or if any of you get stopped in a cage, they may or they may not, depending upon the decals you have on your car, run you through the crime database. I guarantee you they don't run my wife through if she gets stopped. But you're on your bike, you get stopped, and you went out and got that concealed carry permit for one reason only, and that's to carry a gun. So of course you have a gun on you. Well, lo and behold, law enforcement sees your name in that crime database, and they immediately revoke, I repeat, revoke your concealed carry license. The instant that's revoked, you now are in illegal possession of a firearm that you're carrying, or it's illegal carry of a firearm. And you can be immediately placed under arrest, hauled off to jail, and put on trial.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bandito Patrick, never been in trouble with the law. The state issued him a concealed carry license. He had his firearm with him. But the minute they saw he was in that database, whammo, here we go. So this is one hell of a dangerous situation. First of all, it is a blatant violation of your Second Amendment rights. It just does nothing more than prove the existence of a police state. We're living in a third world country now. And here you go. So Patrick is manning up. He's standing up. He wants us to go to trial. Got a pretty sharp attorney. We are going to try and do the same things we did in Waco by running some newspaper ads to direct people to a website to give them a little education and what in the hell's going on here.
You're going to give them a whole bunch of education. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hopes that anybody put on that jury is going to be aware of what in the hell's going on, and they can do some nullification of what in the hell's been put in those charges. We need this to happen, for this to go to trial, to get beat down, but it really needs to go one step further. The state or the prosecutor needs to appeal. If his charges get thrown out, they need to appeal the lack of a conviction there, because without the appeal, it does not become case law. And without becoming case law, that means it can happen over and over again, because case law establishes a precedent and says, hey, you can't do this shit. It's illegal, it's unlawful, or it's unconstitutional, and you can, that statute is unconstitutional. So, that's what Patrick wants to do. We need to back him because he's standing up for us. Now, and we're also going to pursue this through the legislature. We've already talked to one legislator that can't believe the outrageous bullshit that's going on.
Exactly.
Of course, it was pointed out to him that he helped pass some of this legislation, but we all know they don't read what the hell they vote on anyway. So You know, this guy has promised us that he will diligently go to work and try and help us get this wrong righted. But what we need from you, these videos that we get, like this one from Parker County was $180. We know there's going to be some others that we get charged for.
Yep.
The newspaper ads we ran in Waco ran us over $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
This money is all funded by Texas Biker Radio. Trust me when I tell you, we do not have deep pockets. We don't generate revenue. If we can find a sponsor now and then, we're lucky as hell, but we rely on donations. Now, the COC&I Region 2 has helped us on occasion and given us some money to help with the Waco situation. We are in desperate need of some cash to get these ads going and to further fund this effort. We're going to try and do some fundraisers, like a bike night at Diamond Gyms up here in Dallas. I know, Popeye, you're going, where are you going to this week?
I will be in Killeen on Thursday night.
Okay, Thursday night.
Yep.
We'll be down there. We're going to try and do a little fundraiser there. But any of you can go to our website, texasbikerradio.org. There is a donate button there. We would appreciate, even if you gave up one beer this week and only did $5. That's something, and it helps. So we're asking for your help. We need it so we can continue this fight.
Yes. Everything costs money when you're doing a battle like this. Whether it's donating to a politician, whether it's requesting these videos, even if you were doing it on your own or maybe through your lawyer, it's cost you money. And we're, like Mel said, we're not a large club by any means. But, we've managed over the years and all through the Waco saga to cover all the expenses. And this will be no different. This will be no different. And we look forward to the rallies. Now, we have just discussed the one in Milam County. Then, that's October 5th. Then we turn around the next weekend, October 13th. October 13th, 11:30 a.m., we will meet in front of the Tarrant County Courthouse. Now, that's on a Sunday, so there's going to be parking around the courthouse. We'll direct you to wherever parking might be available. But it's on a Sunday. Now, that's 11:30 a.m. We'll meet there for about an hour, maybe. And then we'll saddle up. Saddle up, everybody. This is going to be cool because we're going to do a 40-minute ride from there to the Parker County Courthouse. Now, the parking situation in Parker County may be a little bit different, but then again, it's a Sunday again, so it shouldn't be that bad. Not like it would be on a Saturday. And but this is the date that was that worked for everybody involved. So you kind of say, okay, 11:30 a.m. at the Tarrant County Courthouse. You add an hour to that, and a 40-minute ride out. Then you come up with the time we'll be in front of the Parker County Courthouse. And that is going to be interesting as hell, Mel. It really is. And even the Fort Worth one is, too. There's no telling how the Fort Worth gang unit will react.
The thing is, we want to have fun while we're doing it.
That's right. That's right. And this will be a peaceful rally, both of them. Will be a peaceful rally. If you can't get along with others, don't show up. Because it is open to the public. And we've never had any problems in all these years we've been doing this. Hell, Mel, I had more problems at the Tea Party rallies than I have at a motorcycle rally. But that's another story. So, join us, everybody. We need your support. And really, you should be concerned. You, no matter who you are, should be concerned with what's going on. Because like OG and I have pointed out for years, if law enforcement ever really gets their way and they were to be able to snatch up patches and stuff, that's not going to end the clubs.
Oh, and listen, we have
yeah, go ahead.
Blatant cases of MCs being stopped that have nothing to do with being a 1% club, a support club, or anything like that. We've had some military MCs stopped, veterans. And we all know what they're about. They're the furthest thing from what law enforcement should be thinking about. But that only strengthens what we've been trying to tell everyone. They'll eventually come for the hog chapters.
Mm-hmm. Well,
when they get finished with them, they'll start working on the independents.
If they were actually able to get rid of or take a club's patches, saying, hey, you can't wear this, I mean, what are they left with then? Well, I mean, they just stop anybody and everybody on two wheels? There's going to be no way to identify them, even if they stop wearing their cuts. So then it's everybody on two wheels. Maybe everybody on a Harley. Just saying. But now through October and into November, it's going to be interesting. We're going to know the results of some of these trials. And then we'll see where we go from there. And everybody, keep these videos coming. Keep them coming. You're doing a good job. Every time we get a video, and this includes the ones we just got from Parker County, we learned something.
And we need them for those legislators.
That's right. We're building a case. We're building a case. And let me tell you, they can't help themselves. They just can't. We got to give them enough rope to hang themselves, and they will. When the police officer was talking about the odor, he turned into a canine dog and he smelt marijuana. He said the odor of marijuana.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's Dustin really had a hard time of I could tell that he was just wanting to blow up. But he did a good job. He did a good job. It's not against the law to get agitated. I can tell you I would. Especially if I know I'm being ticketed or go to jail, then I turn into an asshole. But I've got to learn to calm myself down. And hopefully maybe I have over the years. Maybe. We'll see. It's not from the lack of trying to get these rascals to stop me. Because we've definitely gone to every one of these hellholes where the the action seems to be happening. The difference is, though, is we're not wearing the right colors. We are going to ask you to subscribe to this channel, tell your friends about us. We will be following everything that's going on with motorcycle profiling over the next, as long as we're on the air. We'll be talking about it, or unless we get it settled. But this is a lot, like everything else. This is a long battle. I know everybody wants it to be over. That's just the fact that it's not going to be just over.
You have to kind of look at it like a war.
Mm-hmm.
And a war is never won with a single battle, but it's comprised of many battles. And that's exactly what we're involved in right now. We've got a lot of fronts going on, a lot of battles, and we need to just start nicking them off one by one and make sure we win every one that we can.
That's right. There's going to be some wins. There's going to be some losses. That's just the way it rolls. But we've got to learn that we have to hang in. You cannot give up. You cannot turn your back on it. If you do, they're going to have their way. And you think, well, maybe they're having their way right now. Well, they are to a degree. But we made them give us the videos, right? And I know that had to chap somebody's butt. And we know they're not going to want us in front of these courthouses, but guess what? You got to stand up. I got to stand up. We all have to stand up. You stand up for yourself. You stand up for your club. You stand up for your rights. You stand up for the country. We can't let things slip any further than they've already gone. This is not Queensland, Australia. And if you haven't heard about that, look at it on YouTube. Well, Mel, that's about all I got for this week. Things will get interesting. It's like all we've got to do, Mel, is wait a day or two, and some other crap happens.
That's right. We're never out of things to do.
That's right. There can be some slow days, but boy, there can be days when it's just like, wow.
I can remember I had many days I was bored until I met you.
That's right. Well, everybody have a great day and ride safe. And we'll catch you next.
Stay safe out there and keep your head down. Move fast.
Yeah. We'll catch you on Texas Micro Radio number 361 down the road. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.